Okay, so before I begin, there are a few things that I need to clarify first. The first one is that I do not want anyone that I'm going to mention or refer to in this video. I don't want for anyone to cyberbully them, harass them, threaten them, defame them, slander them, anything harmful. I don't want that for anyone. I've never wanted that for anyone at any time, and I will never want that for anyone at any time. Secondly, I am not going to name any names because I do want to protect the identity of people that I mention, regardless of the harm that they've done to me. I don't want to do harm to anyone else. Thirdly, obviously I'm not a professional YouTuber, and this video is going to be done in one take because I would like to be able to move on with my life, and I would like to be allowed to move on with my life. I think that's 1, 2, 3. The fourth and last thing would be that any claims or statements that I'm going to make in this video should all be considered as allegations, because even though these are my lived experiences that I'm going to be referring to, I would not like to be sued. So just take it as allegations. Also, because this is going to be done in one take, there aren't going to be any edits. Anything that I mentioned that could be considered, coming from a screenshot. If you'd like any of the screenshots, like if you need proof or evidence or receipts, feel free to DM me. You can comment if you don't have a way of DMing me, and I can let you know how to contact me outside of this video if you'd like screenshots. I need to go ahead and begin because we're already past 2 minutes, and I can only make this video a little bit longer than 20 minutes based upon the memory on my phone. So let's begin. So I come to you in this video as a I had supported a survivor advocacy and activism or artivism community by the name of Eat Predators. I became involved or a member of the community because, one, I am also a survivor, and two, I just wanted to support other survivors as well as Alexa. So that's where I'm coming from. And in the beginning, I watched her stories on Instagram. I looked at her posts on Instagram, like her survivor statement, and I would watch her YouTube videos whenever she started creating YouTube videos, live streams, etc. I, for a while, did not comment in any of the live chats, and I did not watch live streams for a while because I found the live chat format to be overwhelming, and I just wanted to protect my safety and not get overwhelmed. But I finally started participating in the live streams, watching them and commenting. At a certain point, I received a gifted membership from someone. This gifted membership gave me access to the Discord server portion of the community, and I eventually began commenting in the Discord server. There were, I'll say, multiple people within the server that made me feel glossed over, ignored. Anytime I would comment, they would comment directly after me and completely change the subject. One of those people, numerous people had actually communicated with me about how this person had actually made them feel the same way. And so I had made in the server you can make what's called a ticket, and I had reported this to one of the moderators, and also the person who started the community. I'm not going to name her name, but she came into the ticket at one point, so she's seen, I don't know what all she read, but she was there as well. Now, as far as I know, at the time that I was last in the server, before someone banned me, this member, even though I expressed how they had made me feel as well as others in the server, that person had not been banned and probably still is not banned to this day. I'm sure the other people who had made me feel that way also not banned, with the exception of one person. Now, here's where this person comes into play. This person, that member of the community, I genuinely cared about. I thought we were friends. In retrospect, I think it was a one-sided friendship, because anytime they would reach out to me by DM or by, Facebook message, or they would reach out in the server asking for, help, advice, assistance, support, I was always there for them. I did everything that I could to help them. I'm not throwing it up. I'm just saying I did everything that I could to help them, whether it be try to help them get their Instagram back. I tried to give them advice about some dogs that they seen on the street. I tried to give them advice about an alleged predator that actually has connections to their family. I wanted them to be safe. The member of the community, etc. So I always try to be there for them. Now, one time they did send me a DM about how they had done more work than most because they had protested. Number one, that's their opinion, and it's not necessarily a fact. They just thought they had done more than most in the community because they had protested. Number two, the point of protesting is not so you can brag about it or say that you've done more than most. Maybe that's not what they meant by their DM, but that DM hurt me. That stated, because they were going through things in their own life, like with their dogs dying and their mom being hard on them, etc., because they were struggling with different things. I didn't want to address that DM. It potentially hurt their feelings. So I just kind of let it simmer. At another time, they had DM'd me when they were triggered, and they had said, they had DM'd me, not said, but they had DM'd me, fuck everyone, and I hate this stupid ass community. They ended up apologizing. They explained that they were triggered, and apparently the reason why they sent me those DMs is because they thought that they had been ignored when they expressed that their dog had died and that another dog of theirs had previously died prior to that. And so I was trying to explain to them, no, like, you were not ignored. The leader of the community actually expressed condolences in two individual separate live streams, and I've seen people support you in the server, express condolences, and I myself in the live chat of those streams, along with other people, had also expressed condolences. So I just tried to give them reassurance that they aren't invisible because they felt invisible. I tried to give them assurance that they weren't ignored because they felt ignored, and I tried to, just give them support and reassurance because they were triggered and hurt because they thought they, were ignored when it came to the loss of their dogs. Again, the DMs hurt me. That string of DMs hurt me very much. Again, rather than give fuel to the fire, I just tried to understand things from their perspective, and meanwhile I'm absorbing these hurtful DMs. I'm also absorbing seeing that in the server this person tended to change the subject to themselves, and also whenever I would confide in them privately, they seemed to change the subject to themselves, and it's hurtful. And that's why I feel like they didn't care about me, and that's why I feel like the friendship was one-sided. So anyways, since the one person that several people had messaged me about had not been banned, and it seemed to me that no action had been taken, the other person I'm referring to that had actually sent me, hurtful DMs, and I felt like it was a one-sided friendship. So one person had actually ended up DMing me about how this person had made them feel similarly in the server in DMs. And so that particular day, getting that DM and also knowing that no action had been taken when I had attempted to reach out, and also because of my own experiences with feeling ignored and glossed over and mistreated by several people within the server, and then also including one person who did it consistently that other people had messaged me about, and that Ahmad knew about, as well as the other person that I was just explaining how they made me feel. I got to the point where I could not hold it in anymore. I thought to myself, okay, if I keep getting these DMs that people are hurt and upset, and I know from my own experience what I've been through, and I know that I've reached out, and that a moderator as well as the leader of the community, they're aware of at least some of what's going on, and yet it seems to me no action has been taken. I need to make these comments because I am tired of feeling like myself as well as other people in the server are getting hurt and talked about behind their back, etc., and nothing is being done, and it's just snowballing. It's a slippery slope, and I could not hold the pain and the frustration in anymore. And I also wanted the server to be better. So when I made the comments, I thought, okay, hopefully this will, when the people that are doing the harm see the comments, hopefully this will cause them to do some introspection, and they will stop, doing the hurtful things that they're doing in the server and otherwise. And number two, I thought, this can help make the community better. Maybe people will stop doing this. Maybe it'll help make the community safer, and or maybe a moderator, etc., will actually take action. So, one of the people realized, the person that had sent me the DMs realized that I was referring to them in a comment or two of mine. And so this was the same day as a Survivor listening circle. Now, the person who led the Survivor listening circle had DM'd me to ask me who I was referring to in my comments, and I tried to explain everything to the leader of the Survivor listening circle. And I thought to myself, okay, if I give them names because they're asking me for names, hopefully this means I'll be safe during the Survivor listening circle, and no one will, come at me and attack me during the Survivor listening circle because they think, oh, she's talking about me. That was not to be. The main person that this leader of the circle asked me for a name came into the listening circle, and the leader allowed them to speak. And when the person spoke, the way I seen it was they were naming and shaming me like a bully. They named me in front of a group of people. They screamed about and at me, and it was just, whenever something panics me or triggers me or scares me, to a certain extent, it makes me panic. And when I panic, I start, I can shake uncontrollably. It can lead to hyperventilating, etc. I was at the mall at the time with my boyfriend, and also trying to listen into the listening circle. I had the phone up to my ear, and my boyfriend had to kind of make sure that I wasn't going to hyperventilate, because he saw me shaking and crying and freaking out because of what this person was doing during the listening circle. So I ended up, after this, and after I was able to get calmed down, I kept thinking about the situation, and I realized my comment, some people that even the comments weren't directed at, it might have hurt their feelings, it might have made them think, oh, is this about me? Is she upset with me? And the more I thought about it, I'm like, I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. And then one person, a friend of mine, DM'd me to let me know that, everything, the person screaming in my comments had hurt them, triggered them, panicked them. And so the more I thought about it, I'm like, I need to apologize in the server. I just didn't want to upset anyone. So the person that had DM'd me to tell me that, the friend that had DM'd me to tell me that my comments, how my comments made them feel, I typed out what I wanted to post in the server as an apology, and the friend reassured me there's nothing wrong with the comments. So I posted the apology comment in the server, and I went on about my business. Now, the next thing I knew, as I'm in the server typing a comment, replying to somebody about something else, in a different channel, unrelated to my apology, the server disappears, and I'm like, well, what happened? And my first guess or thought was, maybe it's because I need to renew my membership, because at that point I thought, I think it's been a month since I've, so I was like, it's time to renew. So a friend from the server sent me $11. I signed up for a membership, and then a different friend DM'd me an invite link so I could get back in the server. And when I went to click on the invite link, there's a notification that I've been banned from the server. And I'm like, wow. So not only was I banned, no one communicated to me that I'm banned. And I just, a bank just, the membership got drafted for my bank because that's their YouTube. So I sent the person that had sent me the $11, I sent them their $11 back because I don't want a membership when they can't even communicate to me, or won't even communicate to me that I've been banned, and I don't want a membership that includes server access that I've been banned from. So the only way to get that bank charge off of my account is um, if I have my card closed, because that's the way disputes work with my bank, or refund requests. So I need to fast forward because I'm running out of time. Anyways, so after that, someone who, it was the leader of the Survivor Listening Circle, who people made me aware is actually not a moderator, DM me on Instagram telling me to stop spamming the mods, and that I need to stop trying to find out how to get back into the server because I've been banned. So of course the way that they came at me, I felt disrespected. So I replied that, no one had bothered to tell me that I had been banned and that I hadn't spammed any mods, and then I blocked the person to protect my mental health. Then I get a DM on Twitter from someone who has told me that they're a moderator. Got that today. And then I started getting DMs on Instagram from the leader of the server. And I'm gonna fast forward a bit because I'm running out of time. I have been both of them have tried to make me aware that someone had been sending threatening messages and posting threatening things on their story. And again, I got asked, if I knew about it, or basically if I knew about it. And once again, I felt lumped in and punished for someone else's behavior. I did not ask anyone to threaten anyone. I had no knowledge of it. I had nothing to do with it. As for, what I've been made aware of as far as the messages and the story posts, it is a person who is a friend of mine, and they thought that, because they're a fellow member of the community, and they just thought they were standing up for me for the harm that's been done, and standing up for themselves because they're also a member of the community. And from what I've read from the messages that were sent to the leader by my friend, and also what they posted on their story, to me, there's been no, they haven't threatened physical harm. The only threats that have been made is just to speak up, which they have in messages and they have on their story. Now, maybe both people that messaged me thought that it was worded in a threatening way, and although it was worded in a way that I personally wouldn't have worded in it, I do agree with their comments about the fact that the leader of the Survivor Listening Circle should not have DM'd me like that, especially the way that they DM'd me and what they stated. And there are other things in their messages that I do agree with because of my own lived experiences. But I'm running out of time, so I need to get to the point. The leader of this server has now, of this community, messaged me with comments of mine that were taken out of context, trying to twist my own comments against me. They weren't, this leader was not even in the listening circle at the time, so they don't know. And someone has actually messaged me who was in the listening circle at the time to corroborate that, what my comments actually were. And what it was I had made my comments after this person had already came into the listening circle and already screamed my name. And so the comment that I made should not be interpreted as I, was okay with what was going on, and was that I stated that it was okay for them to do that. Because if you read my comments and when I commented them, then you'll know I commented it after the person had already screamed about and at me and named me. So I'm almost at the 20-minute mark, and I just want it to be known that someone who is a so-called survivor advocate should not take comments from a fellow survivor out of context, especially when they weren't even in the setting, and try to use them to twist them against me. To this person, I also deserve empathy, not just you. And I didn't ask anyone to threaten you. So, you don't know my lived experiences better than I do. You don't know my comments better than I do. And you weren't even there. So please, between the person that wasn't a mod that DM'd me, the person that has told me that they are a mod that DM'd me, and you, all three of you need to leave me alone. Allow me to live my own life. Aside from that, you're no better than the people that you constantly talk about. Thank you.